What if I told you there's a country where fairy tale villages reflect perfectly in Alpine lakes, where palaces contain rooms so opulent they make other royal residences look modest, and where mountain railways climb through scenery so perfect it inspired the sound of music in countless classical compositions? I've discovered 15 destinations across Austria that will make you understand why this small Alpine nation has influenced art, music, and architecture far beyond its size. From salt mine villages that look like jewelry boxes, to palaces where Mozart performed for emperors, from mountain peaks where Julie Andrews sang to glacial roads that climb into the clouds. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll take you through Austria's most enchanting locations, where every view looks like a classical painting, every building tells a story of imperial grandeur, and every landscape seems orchestrated like a symphony in stone and snow. Get ready to see Austria like the great composers intended, as a country where natural beauty and human artistry create perfect harmony. Number 15. Hallstatt, where a 16th century lakeside village creates reflections so perfect in the Alpine lake that you can't tell where reality ends and the mirror image begins. This village is so beautiful that China built an exact replica because they couldn't believe something this perfect could exist naturally. Hallstatt sits on the world's oldest salt mine, which has been operating for over 4,000 years. The village's wealth from salt trading allowed residents to build houses so charming they look like they were designed by fairy tale architects. Walking these narrow streets between houses that have been painted in the same colors for centuries feels like stepping into a living music box where every detail has been perfected through generations. Number 14. Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, where Habsburg emperors created 441 rooms of such opulent beauty that visiting royalty from other countries felt inadequate. This palace was designed to make Versailles look understated. The Great Gallery contains mirrors and crystal chandeliers that create infinite reflections of golden light, while the palace gardens stretch geometrically toward the horizon like a living work of art. Mozart performed here as a 6-year-old prodigy for Empress Maria Theresa, and the acoustics in the music rooms are so perfect they seem to enhance even amateur performances. Every room represents the pinnacle of 18th century luxury and artistic achievement. Number 13. Salzburg's Old Town, where Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born, and where Baroque architecture creates a cityscape so harmonious it looks like visual music. Every building, every square, every church spire seems composed to create perfect visual rhythm. The Salzburg Festival transforms the city into the world's premier classical music venue every summer, with performances in venues that have acoustics perfected over centuries. Walking through the Getredegas, where Mozart's birthplace attracts pilgrims from around the world, feels like moving through a living symphony where every architectural element contributes to a greater composition. Number 12. Grossglockner High Alpine Road, where a mountain highway climbs to 504 meters through 36 hairpin turns, offering views of Austria's highest peak and the largest glacier in the Eastern Alps. This road literally takes you above the clouds. The road passes through multiple climate zones, from valley meadows filled with wildflowers to glacial landscapes that look like the surface of another planet. The Pastersee Glacier stretches like a frozen river between peaks, and the visitor center sits at an elevation where the air is so thin that every breath feels precious. Driving this road feels like ascending through the layers of heaven toward the realm of the gods. Number 11. Melk Abbey, where Benedictine monks created a Baroque monastery so elaborate it looks like they were competing with heaven itself for architectural supremacy. The abbey's golden facade rises from the Danube River like a celestial palace. The Abbey Library contains 100 ancient volumes in a hall decorated with frescoes that seem to make the books themselves part of an artistic composition. The church interior is so ornately decorated with gold, marble, and painted ceilings that visitors often experience emotional overwhelm from pure sensory beauty. This abbey represents what happens when unlimited devotion meets unlimited artistic ambition. Number 10. Innsbruck, where a city nestled in a valley between towering Alps, creates the perfect fusion of urban sophistication and mountain adventure. The colorful Baroque houses look like they're posing for the dramatic mountain backdrop. Innsbruck hosted the Winter Olympics twice because the setting is so spectacular that athletes perform better when surrounded by such beauty. The Nordkette cable car takes you from the city center to 256 meters in just 20 minutes, offering views across peaks that stretch into Italy and Switzerland. This city proves that civilization and wilderness can enhance rather than compete with each other. Number 9. Wachau Valley along the Danube River, where terraced vineyards create hillsides that look like giant staircases leading to medieval castles perched on every peak. This UNESCO World Heritage landscape represents 1,000 years of perfect harmony between humans and nature. The Danube flows through this valley like a silver ribbon connecting castle after castle, monastery after monastery, each one positioned to take advantage of views that have inspired poets since the Middle Ages. Cruising this river while sipping wine produced on the terraced slopes feels like traveling through a living, illuminated manuscript where every page reveals another perfect composition. Number 8. Eisriesenwelt, the world's largest ice cave system. Walking through these caves feels like exploring the palace of the Ice Queen. The ice formations reach heights of 20 meters, creating columns, walls, and chambers that look like they were carved by artists who understood that ice can be more beautiful than marble. The caves maintain a constant temperature below freezing, preserving ice formations that are thousands of years old. Touring these caves by carbide lamplight, watching the ice sculptures glow and sparkle, feels like discovering a secret world that winter forgot to abandon. Number 7. Graz Historic Center, where red tile roofs create a sea of terracotta waves punctuated by church spires and Baroque domes, all watched over by the Schlossberg clock tower that has kept time for the city since 1712. The Old Town contains the best-preserved Renaissance architecture north of the Alps, with courtyards and arcades that transport you directly to the 16th century. The Schlossberg Fortress offers panoramic views over a city that has remained virtually unchanged for centuries, while modern architectural additions prove that Graz continues to evolve while respecting its magnificent past. Number 6. Dachstein Skywalk, where a viewing platform extends over a 400-meter drop, offering 360-degree views of the Dachstein Glacier and peaks that stretch across 4 Austrian states. Standing here feels like floating in the sky above the Alps. The glacier below has existed for thousands of years, creating an eternal ice landscape that seems to stretch toward infinity. This combination of natural glacier and human engineering creates an experience that makes you feel simultaneously terrified by the height and humbled by the eternal beauty. Number 5. Krimml Waterfalls, where water drops 380 meters in 3 spectacular tiers, creating Austria's highest waterfall and one of the most powerful natural spectacles in the Alps. The sound can be heard from kilometers away. The falls create their own microclimate, with mist that supports unique plant species and creates rainbows that dance in the spray throughout the day. The hiking trail to viewing platforms takes you through alpine meadows filled with wildflowers that thrive in the constant mist. Standing at the base of these falls, feeling the spray and hearing the thunderous roar, connects you to the raw power of alpine water meeting gravity. Number 4. Mariazell Basilica, Austria's most important pilgrimage site, where a 14th century wooden statue of the Virgin Mary has drawn pilgrims from across Europe for over 850 years. The basilica sits in alpine meadows like a spiritual beacon. The Baroque interior contains votive offerings from emperors, artists, and common people who made pilgrimages here seeking miracles. The approach to Mariazell through alpine valleys, whether on foot following ancient pilgrimage routes or by the historic railway, creates a sense of spiritual journey that culminates in one of Austria's most beautiful religious buildings. Number 3. Zell am See, where an alpine lake creates perfect reflections of surrounding peaks, while maintaining water so clear you can see the bottom even in the deepest parts. This lake town represents Austrian alpine life at its most picturesque. The lake offers summer swimming with mountain views and winter activities that include skiing slopes that descend almost to the water's edge. The combination of lake and mountain activities in the same location creates year-round alpine paradise, where every season offers different but equally spectacular experiences. The town itself clusters around the lake like a carefully arranged postcard scene. Number 2. Admont Abbey Library, the world's largest monastery library, where 200 volumes are housed in a Baroque hall. So beautiful. It makes books seem like decorative elements in a cathedral dedicated to knowledge. The ceiling frescoes depict the progression of human knowledge from divine revelation through arts and sciences, while wooden galleries and Baroque decorations create a space where learning feels sacred. Survive fires, wars, and centuries. Studying here must feel like researching in heaven's own reading room. And number 1, Kaprun Glacier, where you can ski on eternal snow 365 days a year at 200 meters elevation, reached by a funicular railway that climbs through solid rock to reach skiing terrain that exists above the clouds. The Kitzsteinhorn Glacier offers skiing from October through June, with panoramic views that stretch across Austria, Germany, and Italy. The glacier restaurant at 200 meters serves traditional Austrian cuisine while you dine literally above the clouds. This glacier represents the ultimate Austrian experience, where engineering genius meets natural grandeur to create possibilities that seem to defy both seasons and gravity. From lakeside villages that look like jewelry boxes to palaces where emperors entertain Mozart, from glacial roads that climb into the clouds to libraries that make knowledge look sacred, Austria isn't just a travel destination. It's where human artistry and natural beauty achieve perfect harmony, creating a country that looks like classical music made visible. What makes Austria absolutely extraordinary is how it preserves imperial grandeur while embracing alpine simplicity, how it created cities that enhance rather than compete with mountain landscapes, and how it continues to inspire artists, musicians, and dreamers with scenery that seems orchestrated like a visual symphony. This is a country where every view deserves a soundtrack, and every building tells a story of artistic ambition. Now I'm genuinely curious to know, which of these 15 places made you want to waltz through Austria immediately? Was it that impossible ice palace underground? Or maybe that library where knowledge looks sacred? Drop a comment below with the number of your favorite Austrian masterpiece. If this video has awakened your appreciation for countries where culture and nature create perfect harmony, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Every week, we explore destinations that prove our world contains places where human creativity and natural beauty inspire each other to reach impossible heights. Speaking of alpine perfection, next week we're exploring Switzerland to discover 15 places where precision meets paradise, where chocolate and watches share space with peaks that pierce the sky, and where every train runs exactly on time through scenery that redefines beautiful. Switzerland is going to charm you completely. Until then, keep dreaming of alpine lakes and Baroque palaces, keep believing in the power of beauty to inspire greatness, and I'll see you in the next incredible symphony of travel. Auf Wiedersehen.